This bottle in your fridge? 190 years ago, doctors were selling it as a cure for diarrhea, jaundice, and indigestion, in pill form, and people bought it, by the crate. Today I want to show you how a condiment became a miracle drug, why it worked just well enough to fool a country, and what it still says about how we fall for healthy claims today. Stick around. The ending involves rotten tomatoes and coal tar, and it's worse than it sounds. If you're new here, this channel digs into the weird true stories behind everyday food, the stuff nobody tells you at the grocery store. If that's your thing, the subscribe button's right there, and I've got a new one of these almost every week. To understand why ketchup became medicine, you first need to know that for decades, Americans thought tomatoes were basically poison. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, same family as some genuinely toxic plants. So in the early 1800s, plenty of people assumed eating one could kill you. That fear didn't fully break until the 1830s, when attitudes started shifting and someone finally had to prove it wasn't going to hurt them. Once people got over the poison scare, an Ohio physician named John Cook Bennett had a different idea entirely. In 1834, he didn't just call ketchup food, he called it medicine. Bennett claimed his tomato-based formula could cure indigestion, diarrhea, jaundice, even rheumatism. And here's the thing. Compared to what else was being sold as medicine at the time, that claim wasn't even the craziest one in the pharmacy. This was the era of patent medicines loaded with mercury, lead, and cocaine. Ketchup, weirdly, was one of the safer options. Bennett teamed up with a pill maker to concentrate his ketchup into tablets, literally called tomato pills, and it caught on fast. Other companies jumped in almost immediately, all racing to sell their own version of the cure. So why did this work on so many people? A few reasons, and honestly, they still apply today. 1. It addressed real fears. Cholera outbreaks were sweeping the country, and stomach illness was terrifyingly common. People wanted anything that might help. 2. It had just enough plausibility. Tomatoes were new, exotic, and nobody had rigorously tested what they did or didn't do, which left room for bold claims to go unchallenged. 3. A real doctor was the one saying it. A title did a lot of the persuading. Sound familiar? That's basically the formula behind half the supplement ads in your feed right now. The tomato pill craze lasted a little over a decade, and it didn't end because science caught up with it. It ended because the industry got sloppy and greedy. Tomatoes were only in season a couple months a year, but demand for the pills was year-round. So manufacturers started cutting corners, using spoiled tomato pulp, and when the color came out wrong after straining it, some added coal tar dye to make it look red again. Then by 1850, companies got caught selling straight-up laxatives labeled as tomato pills. That was the final straw. Demand collapsed almost overnight, and medicinal ketchup quietly disappeared from pharmacy shelves. It would take decades, and a businessman named Henry Heinz, before ketchup got rebranded again, this time as the condiment we actually know today. Here's what I find genuinely interesting about this story. Ketchup didn't change. The tomatoes didn't change. What changed was the story someone told about them. First, this will kill you, then this will cure you, then finally, this just tastes good on fries. Next time you see a food product marketed as a miracle, a superfood, a metabolism booster, a doctor-approved anything, it's worth asking the same question people should have asked in 1834. Is this claim coming from evidence or just from someone confident enough to say it? If you like digging into this one, I've got other videos on this channel about the weird, hidden histories behind foods you eat every week. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and let me know in the comments, what food claim do you think we'll look back on and laugh at in 100 years? Notes for editor.